Welcome to another video. Today I'm actually going to go over Slim Cleaner 4.0 as a current date of 2013. It's made by Slimware Utilities. Slimware Utilities actually makes some very fine programs, very well thought out and designed programs. My other favorite program they actually make is Slim Drivers 2.2. It's been around for a while now. Uh, what it basically does is just updates your drivers as it sounds, or sort of, or whatever. But anyway, today we're going to just go over Slim Cleaner and why I choose this program over others, or why you might not. So let's go ahead. I already have it launched, already installed. You can go ahead and just download it from download.com and whatnot. So once you launch the program or install it, you can actually go ahead and run or analyze your basically your crap files. It's going to search in places like log files, memory dumps, recycle bin, temporary folders, and believe me, with my experience as a computer technician, I've seen temporary folders go up from like 10 gigabytes to up to 25 gigabytes on older machines that people just don't clean out. So this is very standard. You can actually go ahead and do that from there. The one way to do it is actually just go ahead and hit properties on your computer. No, my computer. That's not what I meant. Go ahead and into computers and hit properties on the hard drive and do a disk cleanup. It's going to do exactly the same thing, but I believe that Slim Cleaner does a little bit more than just that. Slim Cleaner also cleans out the crap of all like the anti-malware software you might have on there, file sharing, internet, multimedia like iTunes. They clear all the folders where all the crap builds up. It does it for a browser as well. It does for the history, cache, cookies, for all types of browsers. It also has an advanced tab. I want to mess with this too much because you can make your system unbootable or unusable, because if anything goes haywire, yeah, you just don't want. I just don't mess with the internet. I always leave it to default. The safest way to go. Yes, beautiful. It also has a registry option as well. Again, I would not mess with the registry because you do not know what value you might change or what you might do to it, and then yeah, you're just gonna be in a whole lot of pain if you do. So yeah, basically that. Let me go ahead and just exit that out. So the next tab is the optimization tool. This has a nice little. Let me go ahead and zoom in. Nice little gauges right here. Pretty nice. And below it actually has all your startup programs. But what's neat about what makes this one a little bit different compared to CC Cleaner is that this has a community-based opinion to it. So it rates all your programs according to the community. So for example, Dolby Home Theater version 4 is a good program. Something that's not so good is like IS331 Big Dog. I have no idea what the hell is that. I don't even know why it's on there. Oh, camera of some sort. Okay, so it's rated at an optional or not very useful program of 3. So let me go ahead and rate one of these programs. Let's say, for example, my MATLAB starter acceleration. A lot of you, the reason why it's not up there probably is because not many people in this particular community might need MATLAB or use MATLAB to whatever. So I'm going to go ahead and just give it the rating. So go ahead and rate it. It's a good program. So you can go from unwanted, optional, optional green, and then optional more green than I guess good. I'm not too sure about those features. So I'm going to go ahead and do development. Very useful program, and go ahead and save. And that's basically how the cookie comes. It also lists the services and the restore list in case if you uncheck something, you can revert back to your old setting. Basically like MS Config, only a little bit more extra to it. The next tab is your software, basically a control panel that you can go ahead and uninstall. Again, it's community based and it rates all your programs based on its reputation. Let me go ahead and remove that. I have no idea why that's on there. So yeah, it's done. Remove all AG participants. Oh, great. So I close my browser. No, close it. No. Okay, done. So basically, it rates everything. So if you see all of green, that means your computer is not infected with malware. If you see some red, you might have to do some more additional scans or some sort of malware scan to make sure you're not infected. So that's basically it. You go ahead into the browser. This is pretty neat. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I've had my hit and miss on this one. It actually shows all the plugins that you have installed, and you can go ahead and uninstall from here. It's pretty useful sometimes, but it's pretty good. Essentially, same for Chrome. I don't have Opera or Safari, so I don't know why we use Safari. It also has disk tools. The same thing. Rates. It shows you how much free space you have. how many partitions, and available drives. Disk analyzer is going to go ahead and analyze what files are being used or how big are the files, any particular file, and so on. But this could take quite a while, a couple of minutes at least, and yeah, I'm gonna sit through this. I'm gonna go ahead and go into disk wiper. Disk wiper is basically if you're really paranoid. If you're paranoid about somebody retrieving files that you have already deleted, and you want to go ahead and make sure those files are impossible to retrieve, you want to go ahead and do a thorough 7 write over pass and select the file you want permanently, and I mean permanently deleted. Because the only difference between, let's say hit delete here, like so, like that. The only difference between that and this is that the pointer for the CC Cleaner shortcut has been eliminated. CC Cleaner shortcut is still on the system. You only gave permission to override when it comes to that sector to use that space. That's the only difference. This will erase it with basically write all zeros to the code. Shredder, yeah, another way to make sure, just drag and drop or whatnot in there. See, let me go ahead and state before I see right here. Warning: files cannot be recovered if shredded. So once you shred it, there's no turning back. Intelligent defragger is just another defragger, and duplicator, I wouldn't mess with that too much because I think it gets a little hairy afterwards. What else? Windows tools. Windows tool is a nice little graphical interface of administrative tools. It's much nicer. You can launch the device manager, Windows Update Service, hard drive disk manager from the Microsoft operating system, control panel, user accounts, and so on. Very basic and standard stuff. Pretty neat. Hijack catalog. So it's not a hijack this in case you were infected. I don't mess with hijack log too much because I only use it unless I'm very desperate. But in most cases, usually anti-malware software will detect it and remove it for me. So that's basically it for Slim Cleaner version 4.0. And the reason why I do not prefer Slim Cleaner is simply because of the long installation process. It does take quite a while. I mean, not quite a while. You have to download an installer from download.com or Slimware Utilities or wherever you're getting it from. You're getting a download, and it has to reconnect to another website in order to download the latest version. But by no means, it's a bad program. It's a really good program. I'm not saying it's a bad program, but the reason I prefer CC Cleaner versus Slimware is because you actually just download it and get to where you're going quickly and fast, and it's smaller than Slim Cleaner. But yeah, the only difference between the two is just a download process for me because I use CC Cleaner a lot on computers, and I'm constantly downloading and re-downloading on computer, or if I put it on my thumb drive, I constantly have to be updating it. So I just re-download it on every single computer that comes in through my little shop, if you want to call it that. But thanks for watching. Hopefully you learned something new. And leave a comment below if you have any questions of any sort, or just leave a comment, whatever you might feel like saying. Or yeah, so yeah, that's basically it for the video, and take it easy.